Welcome back to F.O. Swells Conquer the Universe. Got another episode for you. It's your boy, the F.O., here with
Swells.
And you know how we do it. About to talk about some random subject and give our opinions on it. Just our thoughts. And today, we've been throwing it around a little bit. We want to be talking about the WNBA, their CBA, the revenue share. They want to get more equal pay. And so, do they want equal pay or do they want
just want more?
They want.
I think they just want more. I think they should. I don't think they should use the word equal because in order to be equal, all the numbers have to match.
The numbers have to match.
You know, when something is equal, that means, that's just, is your car worth this Rolex watch? Sometimes the car is not equal to it has to be an equal. So I don't think the word that we want or they should use is equal. What they should just use is the word more. We want more. Now, and to break it down into what they want more of, yes, I agree with them. They probably.
Now, this is what I looked at, which I'm not saying who's reputable or who's not, but when they say equal, I'm thinking they say equal as far as the revenue share, as far as the percentage of the revenue that is brought in from the WNBA, which they operate at a significantly lower amount than the NBA. Obviously, we got so this is CNBC. CNBC says that they operate they receive 9.3% of league revenue, including TV deals, tickets, and merchandise sales. So that's significantly less than what the NBA gets, which is around 50%. But, is that what they're asking? Is that, because they operate, I think they pull in, their revenue was around $200 million. The NBA generated approximately $13 billion.
So $200 million is what they made, is what they pulled in.
What the entire WNBA
WNBA pulled in.
So they want to split. I think if there's talk about they want it equal as far as they want like the same revenue shares in the NBA, they basically want the players in the WNBA to split up $100 million. Because that'd be about 50%. Like the NBA, what I'll say, they made 13. So they split up $6.5 billion. And it's impossible. I see other people like that aren't even in the league or anything like that, and they're just saying they should make the money that the NBA makes. That's impossible. You know why that's impossible? Because I just told you. $200 million. That's like 1.5 max NBA contracts for the one season. 2 players in the NBA. What is the max? I think they get like get like 40, 50 something million dollars.
And didn't SGA just sign for like almost 400?
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
What the NBA has pulled in, they have to get paid from the money that's been pulled in. So if I start a lemonade stand, I have 2 people who work for me, and my lemonade stand makes $1,000, and I pay 2 of my employees $200 each. So they got basically 40% of what we made. They got $400 for my $1,000. Or we'll just say I paid them $250 each. So they got 50%, right? Your lemonade stand brought in $100. Can I pay you $250? Can I pay your 2 employees $250 each? No, you don't even have $250. That's the easiest way to spend. You brought in $100. You cannot pay them.
You're gonna bankrupt yourself by doing. To me, I think they should. Okay, I think they should ask for more.
Absolutely.
To me, I've never liked. You know, we grew up in the era where, you know, a lot of people didn't really. We didn't have before every year in the NBA, especially in the NFL, you always have somebody hold out.
Right.
They signed a contract.
No, it's before they signed the contract.
No, sometimes they hold out even after they sign the contract, and this is their third year. Their contract is up next year, but they don't want to play.
Oh, you talking about that one? Yeah,
they want to do a new contract.
Yeah,
they all sign contracts in the beginning, so
right, and then
so they all have so if you holding out, no matter if you hold,
what they call your contract year?
Yeah, your contract year. Yeah. So it's like everybody who holds out, everybody who doesn't honor, you signed a contract.
Right.
This is what you said you was gonna do. You was gonna earn this much money for this many years. Until the contract is up, why the fuck are you complaining about anything? You know, it's almost like when you understand, when I understand how you gotta bet on yourself or you don't bet on yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the players bet on themselves. Michael Jordan started doing the 1-year deal, getting 30 a pop, where Scottie had a flat this many years, and he didn't bet on himself. So is that MJ fault that he didn't bet on himself? No, that's Scottie being Scottie. Not, hey, I get it, Scottie. That's guaranteed.
Scottie doesn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know. And he didn't bet on himself, so he didn't get paid. And who's to say he would have stayed if he would have started to get paid like MJ was every year? You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling how that would have went. But it's the betting on yourself. I don't know, dude.
And I agree with you with
they don't honor their shit. A lot of times they all want to stop. That's what it is. My point is that nobody want and see that's what it was too, even with the WNBA. Your contract, you signed a 10-year contract. Was it a 10-year contract?
The CBA is, I believe, they're 10 years.
Okay, well, all I know is that it's up in 2027. It's up into that's when you go to the table. Hey, we did this. Look at our numbers, whatever. But now, since they are in an uproar because now they're a little bit more, but because before the 200 million came in last year, how much was it the years before? How much money was the WNBA?
They lose. They've been losing money. I don't think they've ever been profitable.
So even if I mean, is the 200 like the biggest that they've had? I mean, they were so unprofitable that there was not a WNBA for a period of time. You remember that?
There what?
There was a period of time that there was no WNBA. They had just paused the league because they didn't. There was a second or two where they had just paused it for a couple of years. Just because and I was used to be like, well, dang, I thought there was and they didn't have it. You know, a lot of girls.
I never paid attention. Man.
Exactly. I watched SportsCenter every single day, and they would talk about it, and it wasn't a big topic because. I mean, you talk about stuff that bring in money. It wasn't bringing in money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big thing. People weren't going to go see WNBA games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know who won the first 4 chips, Houston, just because it was a big deal. And Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper. I mean, they was.
Yeah, I mean, and those names, I definitely.
Yeah, I just knew them because of that. But
I couldn't watch it. And man, this sounds so bad when I say it, but like, it's not entertaining. It's just not my thing. I mean, I don't watch soccer either.
What's your preference?
If it's just not my thing, but soccer I don't have nothing to compare that to. Soccer is just soccer. WNBA I don't like to watch it because it seems like it's a less entertaining version of the NBA to me. I'm not pooping on it. It's just that so the people who want that to be something, all it takes is the people. If all the people who complain about the lack of support that it has been getting, everybody who actually complains about it
goes and supports.
If you just take those people, not the people who they're trying to get to support it, not me, Swells, you should watch WNBA. No, just me. I did it, and you don't do it. I'm sure that their revenue would increase significantly.
Yeah.
I think they could get $1 billion.
And they would call us and they would be like, well, y'all some haters. I mean, I don't like cricket. I'm not going to watch cricket.
Right.
I don't understand cricket. Do I understand basketball? Yes, that's my favorite sport. Have I watched a WNBA game? Yes, I have tried thoroughly. Yes, it's okay. I'm not. I tell you, I'm not saying that I don't like women's sports. I love women's volleyball.
Team Brazil.
I love women's volleyball. I mean, I
the
like
camaraderie, man.
Yes, I mean the love that they have. I love watching. I watched it this year. I watched the women's softball. That went and it was almost like my boy predicted. You get. He wasn't nice, but you get some of these Pacific Islanders up to bat, and it's usually going over the fence, bro. And
I mean, that's not big. I mean,
it's what it is.
It's back in the day. I mean, why most skill positions in the NFL, the speed and agility, those positions. Who are those people?
Yeah,
the people who people who gotta fight in the trenches. Who are those people? Mm. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes genetics, right. So you got more of the Pacific Islanders.
Just back to our point, it's more, I'm just tired of seeing more or less that we need more money. We get it. Y'all need more money. And y'all gonna have this meeting that y'all, first of all, y'all didn't stand up to the first agreement y'all had. And I get that y'all are like, well, hey man, we hot right now. We trying to, all right, cool. So now they moved it up. So now y'all gonna go back in there. But see, y'all made more of it when they had the All-Star game. Then I knew about that more than I knew about the All-Star game. I couldn't tell you who was the MVP. I couldn't tell you who won.
I don't know. I
tell you that when they started the conversation, when you watched it on TV, they didn't talk about nothing but what all the girls had on their shirt, and all they said was "Pay us what you owe us."
Right.
And it was like, "Are you fucked?" I'll try. I wanted to watch, you know what I'm saying, just the WNBA for a little bit. But as soon as I saw that, it was like, I don't even care about the highlights now. I mean, because it's always hey, gimme. I need this. Oh my God, shut the fuck up, man.
And I know sports, even the NFL, especially the NFL, I think more so in the NFL because, the shield is the most important thing in the NFL. NBA, the player is their thing or whatever. But the storylines the storylines are important in any sport as far as like the big sports in America. I'll just say basketball, football, sometimes baseball. I don't know nothing about hockey. But the storyline. But I like my storyline to be more centered on the court. Now, what I do like that generate a lot of stuff is the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing.
Oh, yeah. That made it so interesting.
I think I watched one game of it, not one full game, but that made it interesting. That storyline, I'm not trying to be funny either, man. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was doing something.
I saw highlights. I didn't even see the game.
But the storyline leading up to that, and we kept it on that. But it's these people money. I can't bash a person for trying to get their money, trying to get more.
Yeah.
If you deserve, I do agree that they deserve more. They deserve more. So yes, I'm pretty sure when this collective bargaining agreement thing comes together and they finalize that, they'll get a bigger percentage. Probably still not anywhere near, as far as percentage wise, as like the NBA or the NFL. But I'm pretty sure they'll get more. But the fact that you got more, and you probably get a more significant jump this time around than you have in the previous negotiations. So what you got to do is you got to keep that going. I mean, the NBA didn't just start. What has it been, like 20-some years, WNBA? How long WNBA been?
Yeah,
almost 30?
Something close to it. More like 25, something like that. Yeah, because
I didn't want to look it up, but I know
it's younger than the NBA.
The NBA had to go through its growing pains. Yeah. It wasn't a thing. It was some people who, we suit up, we play our game, we at Madison Square Garden, and after that, I got to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
Some people were actually, when they say that, like Bill Russell was playing against plumbers and stuff like that, he really was.
Yeah.
It was like in the WNBA now, the top players are getting decent money. the top players. In the NBA now, I mean, you on the bench and you getting some bread. You getting some bread where you definitely don't need another job.
Let you be in one of them states that doesn't have like a high
like state tax.
Oh my gosh.
You getting bread. Even on the bench, like, and you literally can you wear the same uniform for 4 games. Because you never have to take your warm-ups off.
Yeah, you good. And I'm talking about you'll get a $80 million 3-year deal.
But they had to get to that point. They had to generate interest.
They had to
find talent.
But you know what? And that was it right there. That was it right there. What started all of it? You had to have a good product.
Exactly.
They have to have, and that's where they are. And you know what? They're gonna say, well, the NBA had it too. They had dope product too back in the day. They just didn't get exposed just yet. There wasn't as many TV cameras. There wasn't as many people talking about it. Y'all are getting it a whole lot sooner and faster than how the men had to struggle.
Because the exposure is so much easier for the exposure.
Yes. So now and I do it with even people. I mean, even with the guys, when you see a guy on your favorite team is holding out, you like, man, dude, come on. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. It's the whole, man, if the contract is not up yet, then why are we talking about that more than how good you are then? If you want to talk about how good, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, I think, okay, I don't even want to say her name incorrectly. I know she has a Nike that's dope. Actually, 2 girls have some dope.
I don't know all their names.
Sabrina Ionescu. I don't want to say
Ionescu. It's
all I know is that she's a baller. She is a baller. And then the other girl too, I think does she play on the team? The one, the GOAT, she had a commercial. You said her name was Asia, I think.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, her Nikes is dope. Well, see, I'm a sneakerhead, but yeah, both they Nikes is dope. But I'm just saying, that's how a lot of them gonna have to get their bread in this. They gonna have to just keep coming with doper people and doper talent. Caitlin Clark and your girl came and just added to that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To that gumbo right now. Y'all got it going on. I get that. All I'm saying is, stop with the whole woe is me shit. I guess that is it is so horrible for us. It ain't that bad. It ain't no worse than, you know what I'm saying? It could be.
Speaking of the quality, I mean, man, the other thing that you're never going to get away from is you're always going to be in, not competition, but you're going to get compared to the NBA. There's literally a whole other league, professional league of the opposite sex, and nobody can, if anybody gets mad about the fact that anybody says that, in general, the best athletes
are in the NBA.
Are men, period. The best athletes, as far as what the NBA asks, men. So when I watch, that's why people watch sports, aside from being a fan, because they're watching people, people who are a small percentage of our population who could jump very high, run really fast, hit really hard, throw really far. And so they're watching this small percentage of people who could do it. And I want to see the person who can run the fastest. The person. If women just ran faster than men,
we would be watching.
But women you're a category, so you got a men and women thing. But if I just want to see the person who could jump the highest, I want to see dunks. Dunks are entertaining. So
especially when they on somebody.
So there's no way that there's a woman in the NBA that's gonna dunk better than the best man in the NBA that can dunk.
Than the worst man.
So, cause I see just a regular when what's her name, Brittany Griner did that. Just a regular. It was a highlight.
Yeah, it was a highlight, and all she did was dunk it.
And if I would be insulted,
she's like 8'7".
I would be insulted. Like, don't put that up there, me. That wasn't impressive. You put it up there because I'm a woman who.
You know what? If you are that tall, you supposed to dunk. Because
Right.
if you was a guy, we would be looking at you like.
And even then, the best dunks that we like to see are from not short, but the shorter of NBA players.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping the highest.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to see.
Oh yeah.
We don't want to see Giannis. Giannis dunks
You're
are.
supposed to dunk, Giannis, but when you see somebody like
You see like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9".
it just depends, especially when they're jumping as far as they are away.
Right.
And all of these, I've never seen a female dunk from the dotted line. Not.
You talk about the restricted zone right there?
Yeah.
This right there.
Yeah, right there.
You talk about because they got to just.
Yeah, most women's dunks are like, on maybe even on a fast break, but you're not jumping far.
Right.
You're not giving us the thrill. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was Isaiah Thomas who was like, "Nah, these girls can shoot. They can. You're right. They can shoot. We can too." Look at the career that we just got through, and I'm not saying it's over with yet because he's still got some more in his bag, I'm hoping, just to see another year of him, just as much, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to see basketball. Your boy Steph is just ridiculous when it comes to the shots.
Absolutely.
So as good as you want to say, it ain't all about dunks and stuff. No, but it is a whole lot more entertaining. It's just what I prefer.
I believe that these are the best female basketball players in America and most of the world. I believe that you are, but you still are getting that direct. That's why the females will never try to compete football wise. The thing about what they had to do for football to even do something entertaining was to get into lingerie.
Oh yeah.
Were we watching that because the quarterback could break down a defense real well, or because
they had on two pieces?
Exactly. That's
literally. So, what did they have to do to that game to make us watch it? They literally had females out there in tops and bottoms.
Right.
And I mean and then he gave them helmets and gloves and pads and stuff, but they sure did try to highlight what men.
Right.
So instead of watching that, we would rather just still watch an NFL game. And the girls that didn't have none of that on was the cheerleaders, so we still was good with that. And the lingerie football league lasted a second maybe.
Yeah, I couldn't sometimes look up YouTube videos for scientific purposes. Study, man.
All right, but
see what they cover too. They cover too.
Yeah, they're. You know what I thought of actually when you said the lingerie football league is when the one highlight I do remember, I'll never forget it, is when one girl, I think she sacked another chick and she twerked on her head. And I was like, that is awesome. I will never forget that. And it happened more than once. Right. And that was the hot, but see, that's a highlight they show on SportsCenter. They didn't show, I don't even know if it was on SportsCenter, but they just showed it. You know what I'm saying? They just showed it was like, this is a highlight of this. It wasn't a throw. It wasn't a catch. It wasn't a run. It was a female twerking.
Right. And just back to what I was saying as far, and I can only speak for myself, but I've spoken to lots of people about, we want to see our version of superhumans do things. Now, if I'm going to watch a person that is able to jump high and run fast and do all this, I mean, one thing they can be equal on is a shooter. I mean, if I'm saying what they could be, like, it's not going to take that much more strength or whatever but the man who could jump the highest is gonna definitely jump higher than the highest female jump. The female that can jump the highest is not going to jump higher than the man that can jump the highest. You got the Olympics. You got a high jump. You got the long jump. You got all those things, right? And why is there a man record and there's a woman record?
Look at the numbers.
Exactly.
The numbers don't lie.
So that's why it's more entertaining for the mass of people to watch male sports when it comes to male sports that involve a lot of physicality and stuff like that, because because I don't want this to be misconstrued as me saying they're less than.
No, it's not. It's not less than. They're not less than people. They're not none of that. I don't want them to think this is, I'm not dogging or anything, you don't make enough. The numbers is what I'm talking about. It's the number thing. Y'all don't make enough money.
Don't generate enough.
Y'all don't generate enough. It's simple as that. What else is there that
there's only so much money you got to pull from?
You want to make more? Do like some of them other girls and get the other the endorsements and stuff. That's a lot of people make money off endorsements than they do off.
That's where it comes from right there. So them shoes, commercials.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to cut down. The biggest thing they're trying to cut down on having to play overseas. That's what a lot of them do. That's where Brittany Griner was at when she was playing overseas. So, but you know the ones that you're still not gonna get is the bottom ones. Those I don't know how many deep they go on a bench, but we'll just say let's go with 8. That 8th player on the bench, we don't know who they are. I can't name the best player on 10 WNBA teams.
I couldn't tell you how many WNBA teams there are.
That's a good question. I don't even want to look it up. I want it to be unknown until we get done.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
But yeah, what's been happening? Just, I mean, if it's growing, you're showing that there's more revenue. But the operator, there's so much stuff to go in business. Revenue, then there's operating costs. Usually when the revenue goes up because of you get more exposure, then you're gonna have to put more out there to be exposed, which means you're gonna have to spend more money. So what you're trying to do is get that number, operating costs lower than the revenue. So you can, when that operating cost bites off that revenue, you have that money that you can disperse within the players, and the league got to get the league owners got to get theirs. So I wish you well. You know,
quit your blood clot crying.
But you got anything else, my boy?
Nah, that's it, G.
Man, that's another one for us. Hey, until next time, we out.
Yeah, holla.
We hollin'.
I gotta cut to the chase.